هذا التسجيل هو عمل تطوعي مقدم من مبادرة بصيرة للأشخاص المكفوفين وضعاف البصر بالتعاون مع المجلس الأعلى لحقوق الأشخاص ذوي الإعاقة. Grade 7 Students Book Module 4 Wonders of the Ancient World. Outcomes. After this module, you will be able to 1. Predict the meanings of new vocabulary items. 2. Practice the past simple tense to talk about ancient cities and wonders of the world. 3. Listen to a dialogue about the wonders of the ancient world. 4. Read an article about the list of the 7 wonders of the world. And 5. Write a report about a wonder of the world. Page 44. Before you start, how many of the new 7 wonders of the world do you know? What do you know about them? Have you visited any of them? 1. Read the reading strategies. Reading strategies preparation. Before reading, look at the title, pictures, and the first few lines of the text. Look for clues to help you predict what kind of text it is and what it is about. Read the text to get the general idea. Ignore words you don't know. Read the text again. Try to work out the meaning of important new words. Use a dictionary if you can't. Read any comprehension questions and try to think of possible answers. Then find answers to the questions in the text. We will be talking about the new 7 wonders. Exercise 2. Read this newspaper article about the city of Petra. Let's start. Petra comes back to life. 7th of July 2007. Today is a very important day for Jordan. A lot of people voted for Petra to be one of the new 7 wonders of the world. The name Petra comes from the Greek word rock. The city received its name because its people, the Nabateans, constructed it from the limestone in the 2nd century BC. Centuries after the Nabatean civilization disappeared, archaeologists rediscovered the city in the 1800s. Recently, Petra gained its place as one of the top locations in the world. It will attract thousands of visitors who will come to explore this unique site in the future. Exercise 3. Use the reading strategies to answer these questions. A. How did the city of Petra get its name? B. In which century did archaeologists rediscover Petra? C. When was Petra chosen to be one of the new 7 wonders? D. Why do you think people from all over the world voted for Petra? Exercise 4. Find these words in the article in Exercise 2 and underline the sentence in which they are used. Guess their meanings with a partner. The words are to vote, to construct, to gain, Nabateans, civilization, to attract, unique. Page 45. Grammar. Now, let's start. In this module, we will be learning about the past simple, to be. We use the past simple of the verb to be to talk about past situations. For example, Jordan was a center for travelers. Was and were are the forms of the verb to be in the past. For example, the pyramid was a very large monument. Example number 2. The markets in ancient Jordan were very busy. We use was or were plus not to form the negative. Example 1. Petra wasn't a world wonder until recently. Example 2. Pyramids weren't tombs for people, but for kings and queens. We put was or were before the subject to form the interrogative. Example 1. Was Petra one of the ancient world wonders? Example 2. Were the cities in Jordan a center point for people to meet? We may put an interrogative word at the beginning of the sentence. For example, why did they build the pyramids? Now, the past simple with the regular verbs. We use the past simple to talk about past events. For example, archaeologists explored ancient locations. We use did plus not plus the base form of the verb to form the negative. For example, Petra didn't lose its ancient glory. We put did before the subject to form the interrogative. For example, did archaeologists build the pyramids? We add ed to the infinitive of regular verbs to form the past. For example, live becomes lived, use becomes used, and vote becomes voted. Let's keep it in our mind that we add the ed to the regular verbs to have its past form. Now, let's get back to page 45. Grammar, the past simple, affirmative. Exercise 1. In pairs, find the 6 verbs in the past simple in the text on page 44, then fill in the table. This is the text that we read earlier, which is titled by Petra Comes Back to Life. For example, verb in the past simple is voted. Infinitive form of the verb is to vote. Exercise 2. Listen to the ed endings of these verbs, then in pairs put them in the corresponding columns. Explored, worked, used, interested, lived, disappeared, liked, received, voted. Over here we have 3 columns. In those 3, we put in the words that we know their endings, that we hear their endings ending with a D. For example, explored. In the second column, we put words whose endings are similar to a T. For example, worked. And in the final column, words ending with ID. Example, interested. Exercise 4. In pairs, find the 2 forms of verb to be. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon were one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Was Petra one of them too? No, it became a wonder of the modern world in 2007. Exercise 5. Continue to work in pairs. Write 2 sentences using was and 2 sentences using were. Exercise 6. Rewrite the following sentences using the correct form of the verbs in bold. 1. Archaeologists discover that Jordan is a rich historical location. The answer would be, in the last century, archaeologists discovered that Jordan is a rich historical location. Now complete the following. 2. Many people live in this area. 3. Citizens work hard on building their cities using materials which are available around them. 4. The markets attract people from various locations. Page 46. The past simple, negative, and interrogative. Exercise 7. Complete these sentences about the passage on page 44 with did, did not, and didn't. Let's start. Past simple negative. Petra, blank, lose its ancient glory. The pyramids of Giza are the only ancient wonder that blank disappear. Now for the past simple interrogative. Yes, no questions. Blank. People vote for Petra as a wonder of the world. The answer would be yes, they did, or no, they didn't. Second question. Blank. Archaeologists built the pyramids. The answer would be yes, they did, or no, they didn't. The WH questions. Why blank Petra got the Greek name rock? When blank archaeologists discover Petra? Now, let me reread those sentences with the answers. Past simple negative. Petra didn't lose its ancient glory. The pyramids of Giza are the only ancient wonder that didn't disappear. For the past simple interrogative now, yes, no questions. Did people vote for Petra as a wonder of the world? Yes, they did. Did archaeologists build the pyramids? No, they didn't. WH questions. Why did Petra get the Greek name rock? When did archaeologists discover Petra? Exercise 6. Complete the passage with the verbs from the list, then listen and check your answers. The words are decided, didn't last, where, voted, was, started. Let's start. The ancient wonders of the world, blank, some of the most beautiful places that were ever built. Many of them, blank, to the present day. That's why people recently, blank, to search for new wonders that we can still visit now. They, blank, to choose the best monuments and locations of the modern world. Many people, blank, online for their favorite place. The city of Petra in Jordan, blank, one of the places people chose. Now let me reread the passage with the blanks filled. The ancient wonders of the world were some of the most beautiful places that were ever built. Many of them didn't last to the present day. That's why people recently started to search for new wonders that we can still visit now. They decided to choose the best monuments and locations of the modern world. Many people voted online for their favorite place. The city of Petra in Jordan was one of the places people chose. Exercise 9. In pairs, ask and answer questions about ancient wonders of the world. For example, what is your favorite wonder of the world? Why? Amazing historical places. Skill focus. Reading. Page 48, exercise 3. Read the article. The wonders of the ancient world. A long time ago, people liked to visit new and different places. Jordan was an important place with a rich history. It was a center for travelers from all around the world. Many people visited it, and the markets were very busy with buyers and sellers. People started to write about what they saw in their journeys across the land. They made a list to describe the best places in the world to visit. Anyone who wanted to see new and beautiful locations around the world visited the areas mentioned in the list. This is how the list of the 7 wonders of the world was created. Exercise 4. Read the article again and answer these questions. A. Why was Jordan an important place in ancient times? B. Why did many people in the past travel around the land? C. How was the list of the 7 wonders of the world created? D. In your opinion, why is it important to study ancient places? Exercise 5. Work in a group. Choose 7 locations from around the world you would like to visit. Discuss with your friends the reason for your choice. Page 49, Vocabulary, Exercise 6. Underline the correct word to complete the sentences. 1. The people of ancient Jordan liked or lived in very busy cities. 2. Jordan was a center or civilization for travelers because it had a rich history. 3. Many people made journeys or flights across the land. 4. In Jordan, travelers experienced the beauty of the most wonderful monuments or pyramids in the world. 5. Historians visited or learned about the best locations through the list that ancient people wrote. Now let me reread the sentences with the right answers. 1. The people of ancient Jordan lived in very busy cities. 2. Jordan was a center for travelers because it had a rich history. 3. Many people made journeys across the land. 4. In Jordan, travelers experienced the beauty of the most wonderful monuments in the world. 5. Historians learned about the best locations through the list that ancient people wrote. Exercise 7. Tom Jeff is a tourist guide. He is showing tourists the ancient cities of Jordan. Read the paragraph, then in pairs, fill in the blanks with these words. The words are locations, center, famous, visitor, archaeologists. Let's start. Ancient locations in the Middle East. And here we are in one of Jordan's most blank, historical, blank, where people lived a long time ago. Blank discovered these buildings and houses. To build them, people used the rocks of the land. The cities opened their doors to any blank who wanted to come in. They were a blank for all people to meet. Now let me reread the passage with the blanks filled. Ancient locations in the Middle East. And here we are in one of Jordan's most famous historical locations where people lived a long time ago. Archaeologists discovered these old buildings and houses. To build them, people used the rocks of the land. The cities opened their doors to any visitor who wanted to come in. They were a center for all people to meet. Exercise 8. Now listen to him and check your answers. In a group, discuss your guesses. Speaking. Exercise 9. Imagine you are a traveler in the past. In a group, discuss what you see, where it is, and how important it is to history. Draw a picture of what you see and tell the class about it. Page 50. Communication workshop. Writing a report on the wonders of the world. Speaking and writing exercise 1. Read the report above. Then use the list of the 7 locations you chose in exercise 5, page 48, and discuss in a group which location deserves to be a wonder. Let's start reading. The Great Pyramid of Giza is a great wonder. It was built thousands of years ago. The pyramid was a very large monument. It was the shape of a triangle. It was made of rocks from the land. The pyramid was a big tomb. Tombs were places where ancient kings and queens were buried. Pyramids had underground rooms. The Pyramid of Giza had rooms for each of its kings and queens. It was the tallest building made by man for thousands of years. The pyramid is still found today and it is in a very good condition. Exercise 2. Choose one location and read about it. Write down its main characteristics. Here are some questions to consider. 1. What is the name of your wonder? Where is it? 2. What does your wonder look like? A. How old is it? B. What was it used for? And C. Is it still in the same condition that it used to be in the past? 3. Draw a picture of your location. 4. What makes your location so wonderful? Exercise 3. Write a report about your wonder of the world. Follow the outline in exercise 2 and use the report as an example. Page 51. Language development. Exercise 1. Complete this passage with the correct form of these verbs. The verbs are be, live, not change, disappear. Be. Let's start. The wonders of the ancient world were places where people blank. Blank, there are many wonderful locations in the world. Yes, there, blank, a large number of historical places that were unique. Some of these wonders, blank, at all over the years, but some, blank, after many years. Now let me reread the passage with the right answers. The wonders of the ancient world were places where people lived. Was there many wonderful locations in the past? Yes, there were a large number of historical places that were unique. Some of these wonders didn't change at all over years, but some disappeared after many years. Exercise 3. Use these words to ask questions in the past simple about the previous passage. 1. People live in wonderful places. For example, did people live in wonderful places? 2. Historical places be unique. 3. Locations change over the years. 4. All wonders disappear. Exercise 4. Now answer these questions in pairs. Exercise 5. Match the following words to their definitions. Words: historical, pyramid, underground, to disappear, unique. The definitions are: 1. It is something from the past. 2. It is a location below the ground. 3. It means something very special. 4. It means to be lost. 5. It is a triangle-shaped building. Now let's answer them. Historical. It is something from the past. Pyramid. It is a triangle-shaped building. Underground. It is a location below the ground. To disappear. It means to be lost. Unique. It means something very special. Page 52. Vocabulary. Let's read the following sentences. A tomb is the place where people are buried. I would like to visit all the wonders of the world one day. An archaeologist studies old places and monuments. A journey is a long trip from one place to another. The Great Pyramid of Giza is considered a wonder of the world. Petra is an ancient city that was built many years ago. A traveler is a person who goes to different countries and places.